Hey guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I want to talk about the 11 dark tactics women use to manipulate nice men like you. Okay, so none of these tactics are necessarily evil. They're not necessarily conscious. Some of these tactics that women use to manipulate men, they don't even mean to do it. Well, yeah, some women are manipulative, narcissistic, gold digging biatches. Most of the tests I'm talking about are just unconscious ways that women use to weed out weak men, men with unstable emotions, men with weak egos, because they want to know, are you really the guy you're pretending to be, or are you just some phony beta male who's pretending to be strong in order to get inner panties? Because if she goes and makes babies with a guy who's out of control, who can't control his emotions, so many things could go wrong for her. Could become a controlling wife beater. She could say something wrong or smile at the wrong guy, and you could backhand her across the face, sending her head over heels off the edge of a cliff. It could happen. So she needs to use these manipulative tests in order to find out if you're actually a cool guy or some kind of weird freak beta male disaster waiting to happen. First, let's talk about congruence test. A congruence test is what a woman will do in order to find out if you're actually the guy that you're pretending to be, or if you're a pussy. See, say she makes fun of your belly. Say you have a flabby belly. This is a normal one. It's mocking your appearance. She might make fun of your hair if you're balding. If you have bad teeth, she'll make fun of your teeth. She's going to find some insecurity about your physical appearance and use that to tease you. And if you react to that in the wrong way, she's going to know that you are not who you're pretending to be. So the way you pass these congruence tests is by agreeing and amplifying or ignoring. So if she says, hey, you've got a fat belly, and she starts poking your fat belly, you don't apologize and say, oh, actually, I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna start eating healthy. No, you agree and amplify. You say, oh, why are you so attracted to Santa Claus? Do you have a fetish for Santa? Or you might say, yeah, that's my Buddha belly, baby. Rub it for good luck. Or you just ignore her completely. Like, you act like she didn't even say it and it doesn't have any emotional effect on you. The reason she uses this manipulation tactic on you is because she wants you to pass the test. She wants to see if you're actually confident or if you're just some weakling who's super insecure and you've been hiding it under this veil of confidence. So it is a manipulation to find out if you're weak or if you're actually confident. Another way that she manipulates you is by mocking your actions. She might say, hey, why did you approach me? Do you always approach girls like this? Do you do this every day? And she wants you to fail. She wants you to start apologizing or saying, no, I don't approach women ever. I only approached you. Whereas again, you agree and amplify. You say something like, I only approach girls on Tuesdays. Or, yeah, I saw you. You're the fifth one of the day. Actually, I was just about to start number 6, but I had to meet you. You don't fall for her trap and start apologizing. It's the same thing. She's trying to find out if you're full of shit or if you have a weak frame. She's pushing your frame. She wants to see if you flap in the wind like a flaccid wiener or if you're stiff and you stick to your guns. Women will also manipulate you by not texting back for hours, for days, and don't you hate that? I know I hate it, man. When a woman doesn't text back, you start to doubt yourself. You start to doubt your attractiveness, your value. And you might be tempted to start sending her a stream of texts or sending your texts to all your buddies, asking them what you should have done better. What did you do wrong? And this is very manipulative because it'll start to build up a real insecurity within you that maybe you did something wrong or that you're not good enough, you're not attractive enough. And she might reply hours later, days later, or even a week later. So how you pass this is you don't become attached to the outcome of her texting you back. What you need to do is just wait. Wait a day, wait a week if you have to, and go meet more women. Because if you have abundance, one girl not texting you back isn't going to drive you insane. And you won't know the answer anyway. There's no way to know why she's not texting you back. So don't let her manipulate you that way. Have abundance, meet more women, and you'll have a security blanket that you can suck on at night to protect you from the bad feelings that she's instigating by not texting you back. The fourth thing a woman will do to manipulate you is pretend to be offended. So you might see a Make America Great Again thing on Twitch or something. I don't know, maybe you're watching the internet and a Trump thing goes by and she goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe you watched that Trump thing. Trump's a Nazi." Don't fall for her bait. Don't think that you need to appease her. Or maybe you like Andrew Tate and she sees an Andrew Tate thing on your phone. "Why do you like that guy? He's a rapist." She might just be indoctrinated by propaganda and be brainwashed by feminist propaganda. Now, don't jump onto the bait and start debating politics with her, because it doesn't matter what the truth of the matter is. You'll never win that argument. All you're going to do is make her more and more emotional, and you're going to keep triggering her ideology. Ideally, you should date women who have the same political ideology as you. If you hate Trump, date women who also think he's the Antichrist. If you love Donald Trump, date women who love Donald Trump. Or else avoid these conversations altogether. Don't talk about your travel to Vietnam because you like how feminine the women are there. Just avoid all of this manosphere red pill stuff with the women, because she's going to get offended, and she's not really offended. What she's doing is she's pretending to be offended just to trigger you, and she doesn't even know she's doing it, but she wants to get a rise out of you. She wants to see you lose your shit. So just avoid those conversations altogether until you get to know her better, at least. The fifth way that she's going to manipulate you is by crying. This is a classic. She will cry and cry and cry. Like, I had a girlfriend and she didn't like my job as a dating coach, and I'd write blog posts like, "Yeah, I approached 5 women today and I got 4 phone numbers." She read a blog post like that and she got really upset with me. And she turned the faucet on. The tears started rolling. "Tony, why are you approaching women?" And I said, "Baby, they mean nothing to me. It was just for work. I need clout. I need to prove to my boys that I got some riz." And she'll use these tears, and women will do this just to manipulate you, just to get you to bend the knee and say, "Baby, I'll never do it again. I will never follow my purpose again." And it works really well, because who likes to see a beautiful woman cry? Nobody. I don't even like seeing my sisters cry, my mother cry. It's our instinct as men to want to go and save the women when they start crying. Don't fall for it. Don't let her use her tears to get you to buy her a houseboat or whatever it is she's trying to get to stop practicing your riz. I don't know. Just know it's a manipulation tactic. That doesn't mean be a cruel, cold-hearted man with no soul. It just means don't allow her to manipulate you with her salty tears. Oh, a classic way that women manipulate you is pay to play. "Hey baby, you want to hang out with me? You want to have some fun? Yeah, just buy me this dress. It only costs $400. I was in Vietnam. I love that country. The women are so beautiful. And I met a woman at the mall. Woman, she was like 22 years old and a beer model for Sing a Beer. Super sexy. And she said, "Hey, Tony, come meet me at the mall," which was a long ways away. But I took this cab. It cost me like $15 to go across the city. And when I got there, she wanted to have sushi. So, sure, no problem. Food is so cheap in Vietnam anyway. So I bought the sushi, and she kept ordering more, and then dessert. And when I got the bill, it was like 50 USD, which is crazy for Vietnam. But I'm not a total cheap Charlie. I said, "Okay, fine, no problem." And then we went walking through the mall to go watch a movie. And she stopped in front of a dress store, and she said, "Oh, I really like these dresses." And then she kept looking at me, and I thought, "You're a gold digger. You're trying to get me to buy you a dress. You got me to spend $50 on dinner, and now where are you going to take me next?" And so I ended the date because I knew what she was up to. In the next 3 days, she kept messaging me, asking me to go for sushi again. I said, "Hey, if you want to hang out with me, here's my address to my hotel. Come over. We'll hang out." No, she couldn't do it. So she was doing pay to play. The more you pay, the more you get play. And that basically makes her a prostitute in a lot of ways. And women will do this. They'll hang out with you as long as you keep spending money on them. And this isn't cool. This is not how a woman should treat you. I'm not saying don't spend money on women. If you have money and you want to spend it, sure, but know that you can't expect anything in return for that. And if you're getting play because you're paying, then she's a manipulative hooker. This is a really powerful manipulation tactic, but women will use jealousy. So, you're at the beach and you see a girl running by. She's 20 years old with big jiggly jiggle puffs, and you look at her, and then she catches you and she gets upset. Why are you looking at other girls? You should only be looking at me. I had a girlfriend once, and we would go places, like say we went to the mall, and there would be magazines with beautiful actresses on them. And she would say, Tony, do you think that girl's beautiful? And I would look at the model or the actress and say, yeah, babe, she's hot. And then she would go, hotter than me? And I thought she was joking the first time she did that, and I started laughing. Right? I was young at the time. I was only 21 and she was 18. But she was so beautiful, my girlfriend, but deeply, deeply insecure. And so she would use these jealousy games to pretend she was jealous. Or on the other side, she would make me jealous by talking to other guys in front of me, trying to get me to become upset, which I would back then because I was scarce. I had a scarcity mentality. I was needy. And I didn't have game. I didn't know how to meet other women. So you want to develop, again, this skill, this abundance, and the ability to meet other women. That's why I have the Fearless Approach Blueprint in the link there. If you download that PDF, I'm going to teach you how to approach women without being afraid so that women can't use jealousy to manipulate you, because you know you can always go meet more beautiful women. You have game. You can go from there to my website, to my free communities, and learn how to approach women anywhere. Grab that in the link below. But anyway, jealousy is so powerful because it's such a strong emotion. And when you're feeling jealousy, you'll do anything to keep your girlfriend yours. You feel like you own her, and she knows that. So you might go out, she'll start flirting with the bartender. She'll start flirting with the men around you. And usually this is because she feels like she doesn't have your full attention, and she wants to get your attention back. She wants you to know that she could get another guy. And so what you do to counter this is you flip the script. You start talking to other women in front of her. You can manipulate her by showing her that you have game, that you can approach women, you can attract women, and this will actually make her more attracted to you. That's some advanced stuff right there if you learn how to do that. Now, this one is strong. Pouting. It's not quite crying, but she'll just pout and give you the silent treatment. Women will manipulate you by not talking to you for hours, weeks, days. She wants to get something from you. She wants you to act a certain way. Maybe she wants you to stop flirting with other girls at the club, or maybe she wants you to pay more attention to her or pay for her vacation. I don't know what it is. Maybe she wants you to go meet her parents and you're not willing to meet her parents yet. It could be anything. So they'll pout. They'll stick out their little lip, look cute, and just cut you off. And this can advance to her not replying to text messages and her just acting out of line. And how you deal with this, it depends on your relationship with her. I can't say there's one method, but just know that this is a female manipulation tactic. And if you bend the knee and start kowtowing, oh baby, what can I do to make you happy? This is the wrong way to solve this problem. You're only going to dig yourself deeper. The best thing to do is also mirror her behavior, not by pouting, but by cutting her off, giving her some space so that she starts to miss you. And in that time, go work on yourself, man. Work on your small business. Go to the gym. Write your novel. Whatever you're into. Just don't bend the knee because she's pouting, or she's going to know that you're a weak man, you're needy, and you don't have any other options, and she can easily manipulate you. Now, this is a manipulation tactic that I personally enjoy. It's when women use their sexuality to get you to do something. So I had a girlfriend, and when she wanted me to take her out and do something fun, and I was feeling lazy, or I was working on a project, playing my guitar, she would just rub her boobs on me. She would just get on top of me and go, please, baby, and just rub her titties all over my face. And I couldn't take much of that. And she would even turn around and get her butt right on my crotch and start moving it up and down and saying, please, and pouting a little bit. And I have to admit, it doesn't take me long to break when a woman is acting that way. So just know that this is manipulation in the best way. When she uses her her charms and her sexuality to get you to do what she wants. Using her sexuality is usually the most playful and innocent type of female manipulation, but sometimes it can escalate. Sometimes she could use it to get you to buy things or to go do something that you just don't want to do. It totally depends on the relationship you're in with her, but just know that if she's using her boobs and her butt to get you to do stuff, it is a form of subtle female manipulation, and it could be very dark indeed. The 10th female manipulation tactic, and what I consider to be very high in the bad manipulation, the very dark aspect of manipulation, is withholding sex. So that's holding back her sex to get you to do something. It happens all the time when you're in relationships. You know, you piss her off, you sleep on the couch. That's what happens. You get no more punani because you broke the rules, whatever she deems to be the rules. And of course, if you're angry at someone, you're not going to want them to put their sausage inside of you. It makes sense, but some women will use this in a darker way to get you to comply with a silly demand, often associated with gold digging or other dark aspects. I don't know. It doesn't happen very often to me personally. Most women I'm with love to sleep with me. But if she does want you to comply to do something you don't want to do and she's withholding sex, don't fall for it. Make sure you have other women on standby and make sure she knows that you are able to get other women. If she's going to withhold sex, you can go get laid somewhere else. You're a man with needs, and that's just the way it is. And this is one of the best tactics a woman can use if she wants you to feel guilty, if she wants to guilt trip you. And that's bringing up past grievances. Men, we have terrible memories. We can barely remember what we talked about with our girlfriends yesterday. But for some reason, women have this innate ability to remember things that we said months, years later. I don't know how they do it, but they have amazing memories when it comes to that stuff. I have a theory that it's because women are more in touch with their emotional sensitivity. So maybe the emotional imprints of the things that we said or did impress upon them so deeply they're able to bring it up in conversations so far into the future. So a woman will bring up something you did. Maybe you didn't take out the garbage. Maybe you didn't wear her favorite cologne out on a date. I don't know. Maybe you said something to piss off one of her family members or friends a year ago, and she's going to bring that up and use it to guilt trip you. So just know that when she does that, you can't be manipulated by feeling guilty. Don't let her guilt trips manipulate you into acting like a little biatch. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for today. I hope that these dark female manipulation tactics don't affect your relationships too much. Now that you know about them, you're aware of them. Don't let her walk all over you. Don't be a little beta boy, soy slurping wimp. Be a man. Until next time, adios.